get some of these now from the supermarket, and this is one of them. So actually the ones that I've been making at the very start, the ones my favourite ones, are actually in the supermarket now. So you can go and get them from Asda, or I think it's mainly Asda that sells them. Or if you want to get these delivered with the recipe card, because you don't get the recipe card if you get them from the supermarket, it just tells you on the side what to do. You get the flavour pots, and you can then make that dish yourself. So it's really simple. You get the flavour pots, you add all the extra ingredients which we're going to be using. So I'll show you. I have made this a few times. So what you're going to need, 350 grams of pork, not British pork, pork fillet. Hey Dina, how are you doing? I know you've not had a great weekend, so we're going to be using beef again, not beef, meat again, unfortunately. But we've got some pork fillet there. We've got 2 shallots. I'm going to use 1 shallot, a large shallot. So you can see there, a large shallot. We're going to need some brown sugar. So I've got some dark brown sugar. Okay. Do you remember this recipe, Dina? We've got some pak choy. So nice. We're going to be using both of those. And we've got some spring onions. So we've got some nice spring onions. These have been washed. So let me just read some of the comments really quickly. Hey Thomas, lovely to see you. You know, everyone in the US, you can all come and visit England now if you wanted to. The border's officially open. You don't have to quarantine on arrival. So there we go. So we're going to make a start. Let me get my chopping board. So the reason I've got 3 chopping boards here. Look, so that was the board that I had originally, which I kept. I then bought 2 separate boards which came together. And the best thing about having 2 or 3 boards is you can do the meat on one, take that off, put that to one side, do all your vegetables on another, take that off. Do you know what I mean? So we're going to do it like that. So actually, I should take this board off first so I don't get any meat anywhere, or sometimes do the vegetables. So let me start by heating my pan. Well, actually, we need to do the rice first. I forgot to mention the rice. So we've got 140 grams. Hello, Christine. How are you doing? So 140 grams of jasmine rice. Let me know how the signal is. I'm going to pour that into my steamer. So we've got a nice steamer here. And we're going to add the beef and ginger stock into some boiling water. So I'm just going to put some boiling water on. 1 second. Forgot to do that when I started. Now, wasn't Anne's dish looked amazing? So go and watch Anne Rush's dish back that she was making. Really yummy. Yeah, I noticed, Christina. I think there's been an issue with Haps. So I'm not quite sure what's happened. So I know I've seen you 3 times. I don't know how you can do that amount of cycling. Crazy amount of cycling that you do. But I think when you do something that you enjoy, like when I go to a dance weekend, I can be dancing from 9 AM in the morning all the way up to maybe 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning the following day, and then go to bed, and then I'd be dancing again for like 4 days non-stop. So, you know, it's like exercise. It fuels your adrenaline, doesn't it? And it just makes you want to do it more and more. So we're going to add some hot boiling water in here. We're going to add our first flavour pot. So these are called SimplyCook. So these are the flavour pots. You've seen me do this many times before. So they come in little sachets. So we've got some beef and ginger stock. We've got some Titco paste, and then we've got some chili garlic paste. It is, Christine, but when you love it so much, it is amazing. So we put that to one side. I'm just going to wait until this kettle's boiled. I'll get the pan on as well because the pan needs to warm up. So I'm going to be using this. You recognise this, Christine? You recognise this? This is the second one as well. I've not used the big one for ages. These are huge, and I don't use the big one as much. I like the small one. So we're going to heat that up. Turn this on. We've got some water. I'm just realising how much water I need. just cover and simmer for a low heat for 10 to 12 minutes. Now, I know when I've made this before, what I've done is I've always had too much water. Oh, it says 300 ml. Do you remember? Because when I made this last time and I said I didn't know how much water to use, and it says right at the water boiling in a lidded saucepan. So let me just grab my jug and get some hot boiling water, because I always have too much, and then what happens is it's always a little bit watery. So 300, there we go. I'm going to pour it into a saucepan just like that. Let me know how the signal is, guys. Let me know how the signal is. And then I'm going to pop this on my stove. Okay, put that over here. So we're going to get that on. There's the thing for this. We're going to get that boiling away. Little tip for you is if you've got a steamer, put the top or the middle steamer on top, and it will start to boil it much quicker. So we'll do that in a second. So we need to prepare the pork. So we've got some British pork fillet here. So let's get this open, and we've got here 6.49. Oh, that's the price. And then the price was £3. We've got 534 grams, and I only need 350 grams. But whenever I've cut this up before, I never actually used the last of the pork. So let's get this open. Where's the scissors? Okay, let's cut this open. And then we're going to cut this up. And I'm going to use a meat cleaver for this. Oh, it's dripping everywhere. Let's just try and get some of them juices out. Oh, that's quite a lot of juice. Look at that. Hey, Missy, lovely to see you. I love, this is one of my favourite dishes to make. So, fill it for £3. That's about, yeah. So it's £3.47, and a kilogram is £6.49. And I think this is from Aldi. From Aldi. So I'm just going to pop this fillet on there. Pork's pretty cheap in the UK. It's much cheaper than beef. I think pork comes in first, then you've got beef, then you've got gammon, which is like ham. Just add a little bit of oil to my saucepan. That's already starting to boil. Making a lot of noise today. So what we're going to do is chop this up. I've got a meat cleaver here. This is Mr. Meat Cleaver. And we need to chop this up into into 1 centimetre rounds. So 1 centimetre rounds. Hopefully I won't chop my fingers off. I tend to cut this up and then I will cut it in half again. So I'm going to use all 500 grams of this. So yeah, what I was saying earlier on Anne's broadcast is, what would you like to do for September's Saturday? So I was thinking, it was suggested to do sandwiches and wraps, and then I thought, well, maybe we could do a theme and do afternoon tea. So you could do scones, cakes, like miniature plateaus of stuff, or something that you would have in the afternoon, like biscuits or something like that. I can't get into this one. I think afternoon tea would be a good thing to do. So you could do sandwiches and you could do desserts, anything you want. I think it would be a good idea. So let me know. This is taking a while to cut today. These are huge pieces. I need to get the jasmine rice on, but it doesn't take long for jasmine rice. Usually I have this prepared, but I thought let's come live and cut it all up with you. So you have such a big cleaver. I do, Jay. So yeah, you're coming to England then in spring next year. Should be fun. Yeah, it will be the 18th 18th of September, because the week before is my my birthday. So I would probably end up cutting myself on the Saturday on the 11th. And we know what date the 11th of September is, so we can't do it on the 11th. So, well, we could, but we'll do it the week after, I think. So I'm just cutting these up a little bit smaller. Let's put the rice on as well. You can come on, meat cleaver. I can't get this. I'm just cutting these half. I'll try and read the comments. 3 days. Oh yeah, of course, it's Melly's birthday as well. 3 days after. So, and yeah, I think the theme should be like afternoon tea. So it can be anything that way. You could do sandwiches, wraps, scones, cakes, crumpets, anything you want. Anything you would have in the afternoon. A sort of like appetizer. Yeah, they're like appetizers, snacks. So I'll put up a post anyway, and you can vote on it and see what you want to do. So, right, okay, I think that's all chopped up. Let's do this one a bit smaller. There's loads of pork here. Okay. Just give that a quick rinse. Right, so it's starting to boil, that's what I want. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to mix the beef and ginger stock into the boiling water. So boiling water, you're going to put the beef and the ginger stock. So, kind of, Christine, kind of. We'll work something out. So I'm going to add this. I use a little teaspoon. Can't really see this, can you? You're not going to be able to see this. But I'm just going to add this into the boiling water, okay? And I just get the teaspoon and get all that. All the beef, and it's a beef and ginger stock that we're adding to this. This is what brings out a lot of flavour. So I'm just going to mix all that in. Okay. So just mix all that in. It smells so nice. Alright, put that to one side. And we're going to add in the jasmine rice. So we're going to cover and simmer on a low heat for 10 to 12 minutes. So I'll just show you how it looks there. So let's add the jasmine rice. In it goes, back on the stove. And we're going to put our lid over the top. So we're just going to pop that on just like that. So next step, what we're going to do is we're going to heat a little oil in a frying pan. We're going to add the pork for 2 minutes until golden. Now there is a tip that you can do that I learnt off Alexis, is so the meat doesn't steam, use a paper towel to dampen the meat. So that's not too bad. So it's not going to steam, I don't think, but it's worth checking because I managed to get all the juices out. So if it's left out at sort of room temperature as well, then it should do it naturally and dry out. So let's add this in. So putting all the pork into the pan. You hear that sizzle, guys? That water in the sink. Middle of August, Dina. Middle of August. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'll have to look through the search recipes. Yes, I was thinking about that. A lot of people saying about HelloFresh. Do I do HelloFresh anymore? I did. This is a SimplyCook recipe, but the HelloFresh recipes that I do are ones that I got when I had the food delivered. But you can actually go on their app and find recipes on there. So all the recipes for HelloFresh, there'll be a catalogue. I'm going to find them. So, and make a note of the recipes, of the ingredients, and do it through the app. So I'll get them on the iPad or something. So already this is starting to cook already. Wow. Wow, this is cooking super quick. Yeah, it's when it says 2 minutes. Yeah, well, just 2 minutes. That's all it says. And then we're going to leave aside. You can't see it very well. Okay, no worries, Christian. Thanks for coming in. So, I'm going to pork off. I do love this recipe though. So yeah, you can use chicken or beef. It says here if you don't want to use pork, you can use chicken or aubergine. Oh, we need to do the shallots as well. So let's do the shallots really quickly while that's cooking. So I'm going to use my dicer. Chop the ends off. Cut down the middle. Peel the skins. Take the skin off. This is not the. It's not too bad. This I thought that sometimes you get a really bad shallot, but it was because of the skin. So let me grab my dicer. So my dicer, chop, chop, chop. I'm just going to chop this in half. Grab my. I've got a thing somewhere. Here it is. Let me just move these about. Turn these over. It smells so good. Okay, turn that over. Okay, let's just do this. These shallots. So squared. Let's pop this in. Chop it up. I think I've had this about a year now. Okay, take that off. And then we've got our nicely chopped shallots. I love that. I love that gadget. So good. Okay. So how are we doing so far? Hey Alexis, great to see you. Are you using the new stand? I am using the new stand. Yes, should we put the light on? Even though it's on the windowsill, you might not see much of a difference. 1 second. Where's the light thing? It's at the bottom. I think I've got it. I think I might have it upside down. But there's it with the light. There you go. See the light? You can't see any difference. So yeah, pork needs to be 63. Thanks, Jay. So yeah, Alexis is coming down to Fort Lauderdale, which is near Dina. Dina lives in North Miami, and I asked Dina. I said, Fort Lauderdale, that's near you, isn't it? And I looked on the map. Didn't realise how close it was. Hint, hint, Alexis. Dina said on TikTok that she really liked the pineapple slicer. So Dina, if you still want the pineapple slicer, maybe Alexis can get it to you before she travels there and deliver it to you. So this is nice and hot. Rice is cooking nicely. I'm just going to turn the rice down though, just a fraction, because it is starting to simmer away. Okay, so what we're going to do next then, once this, I just like to cook the pork a little bit longer, because it's going to go back in the pan anyway. But I'm going to put it into a dish, and we're going to do the pak choy. So we're going to fry the pak choy. So let me grab a bowl. Hey Caroline, how are you doing? Caroline's in the house. This is going to be my second meal for the day, because I went to the pub earlier and I had a chicken wrap from Wetherspoons, and I had, was it a raspberry? I think it was like apple and raspberry J2O, which is like a soft drink here. Really nice fruity soft drink. So no alcohol, and I also had it with salad, and I didn't have any chips. So I did behave myself today. So just going to give it another minute, and then I'll take the pork out. Okay. So then we're gonna add the pak choy. Oh wait, so yeah, remove and set aside, then add the pak choy and fry for 2 minutes, then remove and put it with the pork. So just remember, I've got enough for 4 portions here of pork compared to the 2 portions of everything else. So, but it's always nice to have a little bit extra. So, oh, thanks Caroline. What's that award? The Got Talent Award. Let's look, Alexis. Look what I've got. I've seen these before. Where was it? There you go. There we go. Finally, I'm finally up to date now. There you go. Thank you for the heart awards. How's the meal, Anne? How's the meal? Right, this is nearly done. It's going to go back in the pan anyway, so if you're slightly worried about the pork not being cooked, it only says 2 minutes. I've left this in longer, so we're going to take this out. I normally have a paper towel on here, but I don't have any paper towel. So we're just going to slowly take these out. As I say, they will be cooked again. And it actually needs to be golden anyway, doesn't it? Actually, I'm going to put it back in. Just ignore what 1 second, guys. Now, I don't have any paper. I could have just poured it into the sink actually. But there's no oil in. Well, there is a little bit of oil actually. So I'm just going to rinse. It's very hot. Oh, gosh. Didn't have any paper towel, but I'm using toilet paper. Oh my gosh. I'm trying not to get it to... It's very hot. Just don't want all this juice in here. Quickly get that out. Yeah, there's no toilet paper in there, don't worry. I'm just trying to get rid of some of the juice, and it'll help it go golden a little bit quicker. So yeah, maybe I should have dampened it, but I didn't want to put toilet paper on my meat. So there's none in there, so it's fine. I'm just going to give it another 30 seconds. So do you still have the Florida cooker? Yes, I have, Dina. Look, it's here. This was what Dina got. So this is the Florida cutter. I've not used it yet, you know. I haven't used it yet. So we need to do something. Which way is it? That way? Or is it that way? Is it that way? So yeah, where does Alexis, you live? Which way is it? That way? So we've got option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. I just haven't made anything, Dina. Was it 1? So I had it that way. Is that the right way? Or that way? So yeah, Alexis is up here in Georgia, and then you go down to Miami, which is there. Yeah. And then I think Alexis, you were up here, weren't you, when you went on your travelling last month? You were up here somewhere, I think, if I remember right. I think that's right. So yeah, we need to use it, Dino. I'll think of a recipe and we'll find it. Right, this is nearly turning golden brown now. What's that song? Golden brown. Right, let's take this out. Okay, let's get on with the next step. Otherwise we'll be here all day. Oh, it's a little further down. There's quite a few flights arriving in the UK today from the States. It was on the news earlier. It's mainly for people who had not seen their family for nearly 2 years, isn't it? It's crazy. Or people trying to get home. Okay, so there's the pork. I'm just going to put that to one side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to chop up the pak choy, and then this is going to go in the pan. I think we need to add a little bit more move and put with the pork. So we're going to use both of these. This is pak choy. So they quickly wash it before I get complaints saying, oh, he never washes his vegetables. Do you remember that person that said to me that time? They went, oh, he never washes his dishes. I'm like, yeah, I do wash my dishes. But the soap that we have over here, you don't have to rinse it off. Because it is soap, but it's not contagious. So remember, there must be soap over in the States that's more, it must have must have something in it that you need to wash it off with water anyway. But, you know, you obviously do wash your dishes. I mean, afterwards, like after washing it, you can just leave it aside. We're just going to chop off the end. This is starting to burn. So let's try and get this in as quickly as we can. You're all going to be on me now saying health and safety. He has soap in his plates. So just chopping it all up. I love the whole pak choy. How many years has it been since I sent you the box? Oh, That was a while ago now, wasn't it? I think well, before lockdown, was it 2, 3? Could be about 3 years, or was it? Yeah, I think it was the year before the lockdown. Maybe the year before. Right, let's get this in here. So we're going to fry this off. I'm going to add a little bit of oil, not too much, just a little bit, so it's not too dry. Do the second one. Then chop off the ends. You don't want the ends. Mix this up. So just chop this up. This is one of my favourite dishes. And you've seen me do this a few times, but I do like it. And the other one I like is the one with the plum sauce. Remember the plum sauce? Let's get all that in. So again, I'm just going to add a little bit more oil. I think the rice is done, you know. Okay, can you hear that, everybody? You can't really see it that well, but pak choy. There's bok choy and pak choy. I think it's exactly the same thing. I don't know why they have different names. Maybe it's I don't actually know what it is, to be honest with you. What sort of plant it is, but it is nice. It is tasty. So we're just going to fry that for 2 minutes. Well, they say 2 minutes, so it's always longer than 2 minutes. And then we're going to pop that with the pork. And then after that, we're going to do the sauce. We're going to make a nice sauce. So let me just check. Oh yeah, my jasmine rice is done. This is my jasmine rice. That's to one side. Let's give this a stir. Could have probably done with a little bit more water. So I'm going to add a little bit of water in here. Remember, it's got that stock in there as well. And then I'm going to put a lid over it. And then just put it to one side so it's ready then to make up. That smells good. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, that's really good with jasmine rice. So, is the green onion you tasting? Is it cabbage? It could be. Could be. I don't know. Somebody ask Google. In fact, Alexa. I'm sorry, Alexis. Alexa, what is bok choy? I've set all your Alexa devices off now, haven't I? Yeah, this is looking good. Did anybody get a response? Forgot to throw that bit away. Okay, it's nearly done. Nearly done. Okay, so we're going to take this out and we're going to add it with the pork. So here's the pork from earlier. I'm going to give it another 30 seconds. But don't forget, we're going to be adding it back into the pan anyway. So, I don't think I've ever had bok choy, no. Nice sizzling going on there, yes. Well, normally you're meant to use a frying pan, I think. But we thought, let's go with this pan today. So let's take this out. I think I'm going to need a towel. Transfer it. Oh, it's very hot. Oh my gosh, that is super, super, super hot. And did you get the recipe for the Yorkshire puddings? Oh my god, I feel like I'm going to burn myself there. 1 minute. Let's do this manually. I've got a bigger spoon here. I'm all over the place today. Let's just pop this on here. Falling out everywhere. You need to get every single piece out, otherwise it will burn. So look at that, guys. What do you think? Looks good. It's falling out, making a mess. Right, next thing then, we're going to add a little bit of oil. Let's pop that to one side again. Oh, that feels so good. Okay, a little bit of oil, so we don't burn the pan. And we're going to add the shallots. So we're going to add our shallots from earlier. So in they go. Get rid of this from earlier, little pots and the bag. Oh, that's so good. It's like cabbage. So 2 minutes, we need them to fry for 2 minutes. I'm turning the pan down a bit. And then what we're going to do, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. So you all still with me, guys? Can you hear me? When it goes quiet, I'm always wondering what's happening as the signal's gone. So shallots in the pan. I'm going to add a little bit more oil. I know I shouldn't, but I didn't add enough. I think we need to add some water to this as well at some point. So 2 minutes for the shallots, and then we're going to add some sugar. We're going to add, we need 100 millilitres of water. So I'm going to just get that ready. It's looking good, smelling good. So this is what we're making, guys. This is how it's going to look, all being well. So another 30 seconds, and let's get the sugar ready. So 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, so we've added the sugar, and now we're going to add, we're going to let it bubble for 2 minutes, and then we're going to add the Titco paste, or I believe that's how you say it, Titco paste. So just going to let it bubble away. I try and bring all the onion shallots into the centre. So let's get the Titco paste in. Okay, signal's gone, I think. So in there goes the Titco paste. I'm really sorry if you can't see this. I need to work on my camera. Sort out this. So the signal, good signal, when we get a good signal, or no signal at all. So just going to mix all that in, and then we're going to add in the water. So let me see if I can quickly show you this. I'm going to, oops. Look at that, guys. See how it's bubbling away? We're going to add some water. This is going to make a nice sauce. And what we want to do is lift up all of the, see how it's really bubbling now? You want to lift up all that flavour off the pot. This is the sauce. Can all see this, everyone? So we want to thicken this sauce up. Look at that, guys. I hope you can see this clear enough. You want to lift all that flavour up off the pan. Okay, next thing we're going to do then is we're going to return the pork veg to the pan once this is thickened up. So it's starting to come together now. So it's a bit like a gravy, but it's a sauce. Oops, splashing everywhere. So let me just grab my pork and bok choy. And let's get all this in. So let's add it all in. There we go. So we're just going to coat all this into the pork, into the veg. And you'll see the colour in a moment. You all see this, guys, because I don't see any comments. Hopefully you can all see this. Made this for ages. And then what we need to do next is we're going to add some chili garlic sauce and some chopped spring onions. So we want to coat the pork, and then we're going to let the pork cook a little bit longer. But look at the colour on that. Okay, so I'm just going to spin you back round. There you go. 1 second. Could you see that all right, Melanie? I wasn't sure if you could see that. So, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to chop up the spring onions. So, really quick way of cutting spring onions. Just line them up. Cut off what you don't need. And then put what you do need. So I'm just going to let that pork just cook a little bit longer in the sauce. It smells so good in this kitchen. Thanks, Melanie. Are you on tonight, Melanie? So please, could you all please come on to follow Melanie, pop some emojis up. Oops. Most of you followed you, anyway. And Melanie comes live with a poem. I can never say that word. Is it poem or poem? A poem. Every day around about 10 o'clock British time. So work out the difference and you'll know when Melanie's live. Poem. I couldn't, it's like yesterday, I couldn't, half the words I couldn't even pronounce, and I'm from Yorkshire. So we're just going to mix all that in again, make sure the pork's coated in the sauce. It smells so good. Don't forget we've got the jasmine rice as well. So I'm going to add some of this spring onion now in here and let it soften down. So add some spring onion, some of the leaves. If you've never made this before, seriously, Melanie, if you go to Asda, they sell this in Asda, this box, the SimplyCook box. Give it a try. It is seriously worth it. So I'm just going to mix all that spring onion in there because I like to use a bit on the top of the dish. So I'm going to turn this back up actually, just a little bit. Make sure them spring onions are mixed into the pork. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to add some of this chili garlic paste. So chili garlic paste. So I'm going to put all of this in. Okay. So let's give all this a mix. Take that out. I'm not sure what that is. So we're going to add the garlic paste. So in this goes. Oh wow. Making you drool now. This brings out so much flavour. Although don't ever touch garlic and your eyes at the same time. Never ever do that. I've done it before. So I always put it straight into the bin and I always wash my hands. So let's mix all this in. Oh, look at this smells good. I don't know what it is, but I love these flavours. Sweet flavours with soy sauce, ginger, garlic, because that's all, and chilies. Oh my gosh, and onions and sugar. So I'm just going to give that a mix. There's one thing I was going to do. What was it? What was I going to do? Lime. So we've got some lime juice to now go in. But not lime juice to go in the dish. We're going to start to plate up. So let me just grab a sauce, a dish. So I'm going to start with the dish with the rice. So the rice goes on the top. So we're putting the rice in first. You put the rice into the bowl. Nice rice this. We grab another bowl. Nearly there. This is cooking away. I'm going to add the rice into the other one. So it won't be a second, guys. This is looking good. Give that a stir. Yeah, this is really coming together now. Okay. Right, so what we're going to do now is add this to the add this on top. Can you all see this? Oh, no, it's all falling off. Little pork, the bok choy. Look at that, guys. What do we think to that? I'm going to add a little bit more. And you want some of that sauce. Now, even though we're going to be adding lime juice to this, which will sink to the bottom, you want that sauce to give extra flavour to the rice. So we're nearly done. I'm going to add some spring onion on top of here, onto the top. Let's just do the other one. It smells good. So yeah, definitely give this a try, because it is one of my favourites. Oops. I'm just going to put some of that sauce on. So let me just grab a towel, tea towel, and pour that sauce onto the dish. Oh my gosh. A bit more spring onion. It's like a masterpiece. A bit more on there. I think I've done a bit too much spring onion. Doesn't matter though. And then what we're going to finish this off with is the lime. Oh, bit of corn. That's good. Okay, I can get into this. Remember to do the rolling technique. Could have used the lime juice. We're going to put a squeeze of lime all on the dish. Oh yes, do the other one. And it just gives everything a nice freshness. Do the other one. So what do we think, guys? What do we think? That is really good. Oh, just gonna get a little bit extra because it is really nice. And I'll show you I want that one. So there we go, everybody. So that is your Vietnamese pork. So thank you all for watching. I shall see you tonight in Melanie's broadcast or any other broadcast. Put hashtag replay if you're watching replay. And yeah, I shall see you soon. So take care, everybody. I'm going to go and tuck into this now. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you later. Bye.